This is Big Ronnie saying if you don't watch this guy's YouTube channel, you're making a big mistake.
Oh, hello there. Some of you know me. I am OGP. You may know me from the Voyage to the Bottom of the Barrel. We had a lot of fun doing that tonight, hanging out with Master Chaos and Mel, Tony, and Bullet, and the whole crew there. It was a lot of fun hanging out, having a great time doing that. But we're kind of focused on certain topics on that. And I was hanging out here tonight, and I thought, you know what the hell? I'm going to go live. I had recorded something for members that I was going to put up. And then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go live. We'll hang out, see what's up with everybody, and go from there. Nothing special. But what's going on, Pimp Nasty Nasty? How you doing tonight? Antonis, what up? And Robert in the house. Yeah. J Muse, $15, little man. I put that shit in my hand. Oh, yeah. Snoochie Boochies. Have you ever been to Joshua Tree? Pimp Nasty? Yes, I have. I live very close to Joshua Tree. Danny H. Vlogs, what is up? El Shadow, sitting at work chilling. Nice. That's the best way to work, is sitting there watching YouTube videos. That's a way to do it. Yo, Jay, blaze up that blunt, homie. Right, there you go. Fade to blood. What's cracking? What's up with everybody tonight? I'm just, like I said, I had recorded a video that I was going to upload for members. And then I thought, you know, I'm just going to jump on here and go live and hang out and see what everybody's up to. And then I think while I'm live, I'm going to try this. I picked this up at NASA. And some of you may have saw the video I did where I uploaded a couple weeks ago or something, where I went to NASA when I was in Texas, and I grabbed this freeze-dried ice cream sandwich. So I thought, you know what, maybe I'll try this live here, like do a live taste test on that in a little bit here. But we shall see. Hamburger Time, what's up, Hamburger Time? Robert, I saw your review on Unsane. After your reaction, I had to watch it to see how bad it was, and you're right, it's trash. Yeah, that was a tough one to get through. A very, very tough one to get through. Fluffy Gamer's here. The Fluffy Gamer's in the house. Fluffy Gamer, are you out doing your thing, Fluffy Gamer? Or you wanna come in and hang out for a little bit? Wu-Tang. All right. I was on JMU's Twitch stream last summer when I was in Jersey. Oh, nice. Very cool. I'm getting Unsane Friday at Dollar Tree. Ooh, I can't recommend that. I can't really recommend that. Unsane. Man, it made me so mad. But I will be honest. Internet showing goofiness. What's going on with my internet? Hopefully everybody, can you still hear me? Am I coming through okay? My internet, and now it's saying it's better. That was weird. What happened to my intranet here? Huh? Did I lose anybody there? Hopefully not. Hopefully, man, it's dipping again. What is up? Let me close out some of these other things here going on the computer and see if that helps. Wow. Let's see. So you're getting Unsane. Okay, so we talked about we did that. Hell yeah, Fluffy. That's right. Hey, man, I don't know what's up with my internet. I may have to. Man, what the hell's up with this internet? Are you guys seeing me okay? Would somebody let me know? My internet is showing some real goofy shit right now. You heard Halloween Ends coming Blu-ray December 27th, kind of early. I was looking at Walmart. Walmart has it for sale right now on their Black Friday stuff and fluff. That's what I figured. I figured you are driving. But yeah, Walmart had Halloween Ends listed. Maybe we'll pull up Walmart here on their website and check it out in just a minute. But Walmart has it listed already, Halloween Ends. Maybe it's just a pre-order. I'm not sure. But Walmart put up like Black Friday sales today. And I guess Master Chaos was going to go. I think he was actually going out to check them out. I looked online and I didn't see it. I was like, I'm kind of good. Like prices, there was nothing like mind-blowing or anything. So I think either the prices are going to get better or maybe there was just like in-store stuff or something. I don't know, because the prices online, and they have a big ad online, Walmart does, about Black Friday. It's nothing impressive. Let's see here. Paul says, hey, OGP, just watching the replay of Voyager's Bottom of the Barrel. Got up to the part you guys lost MC's connection. Saw you going live. Oh, nice. Well, that's cool, Paul. How you doing tonight? Yeah, it was fun. Hey, the end, like the last half hour of that video was hysterical. We had a blast. So yada, at some point or another, finish that up. It was a lot of fun tonight. Pim Nasty, I like Slipknot. I can't go as far as saying like, oh, I'm like a Slipknot fan. I could not name one Slipknot song, but when I hear them, I'm like, okay, I like that, but as far as saying like, oh, like I'm a Slipknot fan, like I don't know. Let's see here. Hamburger time. Nah, I just need to replace cases for your collection. Nice. That's the way you do it. You get crappy movies for $1 and you replace your cases with them and you throw the crappy movies in the trash. And that's probably what I should have done. Before I threw out that Unsane movie, I should have like kept the case. El Shadow. Well, all good. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, it was weird. So I have a little status thing. Look at my fingers. I had to go check the brakes on the car because I was having like a little grinding noise. And then when I put it back on, I used some of that like stuff that the sticky stuff for the brake pads. And now I can't get it off my fingers. So I look like a criminal, like I had to do thumbprints or fingerprints, at the police station there. But anyways, no, I have a little thing that says, how my internet signal's doing. And it was like going up and down, and that's no good. When that happens, that's no good. So glad I'm coming in loud and clear here. How's that security system? Which one? That's a good question. They sent me a couple of them, and they both work great. And I'll be completely honest, because I don't need that many, because we have a security system that we've had for a few years now, that I have 12 cameras around the house. And then I got sent the other one, so that made 13. And then I got this other one, that's 14 and 15. Well, then we got a Ring doorbell, that's like 16. And then we got like one of the other like Ring inside the house, like two-way things. So it's like 17 cameras around the house. So the most recent one actually took that down and gave it to a person who was had a very, very good need for it. So I think it went to a good home. But they were great. They were great. Oh, look, Donald Trump is in the house. There was one time at the White House, OGP tickled, your milk duds was best $5 you ever spent. Let's make YouTube great again. Hey, you know what? If I could tickle a president's milk duds for $5, I might do it. You never know. Blackbeard's in the house. What up, Blackbeard? Yeah, no, hey, we're just hanging out, doing whatever, just bullshitting tonight. You always see everybody does these videos and it's like, oh, ask anything, or whatever. Like, you can ask them if you want. For me, man, I am the OGP. I can ramble and bullshit for quite a while I drink my Diet Coke. It's probably the caffeine level in me that just keeps me going. It's just I don't shut up. Except when I'm drinking Diet Coke. Set that down right there. But Fluffy Gamer says the internet is good. Thanks. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. We'll be celebrating Thanksgiving in California. I believe so. I don't think we don't have any plans right now. But OGP rolls very last minute. if we're going to celebrate outside of California, that would probably be like a last second decision there. So that I'm not sure yet. We do not have plans. There's life isn't the way it used to be. A few years ago, when my parents were still both around, we would sometimes we'd be at my in-laws' house, sometimes we'd be at my parents' house, sometimes we'd be here, or my grandmother's house or wherever. But in the last few years, with everybody we've lost, that's tough. And then also this year, my uncle's battling cancer. So that's, I'm not really sure, what is all going on or where we're going to be. That's a tough question, but probably in California, I would say yes. May check out Walmart on Friday or Saturday. Hamburger time. Yeah. Hey, I don't know what they're putting out early. A lot of stores, because Black Friday over the last couple of years since COVID has started, Black Friday's really changed. And this last Black Friday, it was like you walked in, it was like, there was no crowds at all. There was nothing really like doorbusters where you had to be there at the crack of dawn. So I think it's really changing. These stores, rather than aiming for one day of craziness, they're trying to spread it out over the month. And I think, to me, from a retail perspective, that's a smart way to go. Because if you get everybody in on one day to buy everything, then they're focusing Christmas shopping that day. This way, people are coming all month long. They're coming back. They're going to buy all kinds of other random shit. You're going to sell, the can of Coke on the way out the door 2 or 3 times instead of once. You're going to sell, the bag of junk food or the candy bar or whatever more. So it's smarter to get them back in more than once a month, or once a year for Black Friday. So I think the stores are finally starting to realize that and making their Black Friday sales like all month. And so I think with that, pretty soon we're going to start calling it, something else. Because we got Black Friday, we got Cyber Monday, we got Small Business Saturday. It's just, whatever you want to call this time of year now, the sales are going on and people are out spending money, which is kind of crazy because the state of the economy and everything right now, a lot of people are hurting, and there could be a lot tougher times coming up in the future. Who knows? We shall see. Polar, what's up? How you doing? Donald Trump 2025. Love your profile picture. Oh, you're talking to this Donald Trump right here. I like to ban Fluffy Gamer from YouTube for posting too many movies this month. Fluffy Gamer has been buying some movies. That's right. He has been going at it. JSL, what's up in the chat? And hope everyone is doing good. Hope you're doing good too. Yep. We're just, it's late as heck here. It's like 1:45 in the morning back on the East Coast. It's almost 11 o'clock at night here in California. So I gather it's probably the middle of the afternoon down there, JSL, where you are. Anthony, what's up? 612 subs on YouTube now. Haven't seen Blockbuster yet. Shouts out to the boy Wet Movie One. Yeah, Wet Movie One probably in bed because I think he has to go to work tomorrow. But definitely, shout out to him. I haven't seen the Blockbuster TV show yet either. It's not my, I think it's just a TV show about people that takes place at a Blockbuster. It's not pulling me in. It's not pulling me in. I don't feel like I need to watch it just to see a Blockbuster store on TV. Watching 2001 Space Odyssey. Nice. That's cool. Great movie right there. Prayers go out to you. Well, thank you very much, Anthony. Appreciate that. Sorry about your parents. Well, hey, no, I appreciate that. Thank you. You know what? So it's been a crazy few years, and I had talked about Monday about doing some other live streams, kind of talking more about me and stuff as opposed to like just movies and things like that. And that's something we could kind of get into tonight also. But I feel like I'm beating a dead drum, and I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for anybody to feel bad for me or anything. But but I always do appreciate the kind words. But it has been a tragic few years. I can't remember. I have not started watching the Chucky TV show yet. I have not season 1 or 2. I have not watched any of it yet. One of these days, so hopefully I'll get around to it. But have not watched any of it yet. Oh no. Oh,
the language on you. You blow your father with that mouth?
I don't. I do not blow my father with that mouth right there. What is up, Tony Soprano's in the house. Man, love me some Tony Soprano. The internet thing here has really got me stressed out. I don't know what's going on. It was acting all goofy. The internet tonight was acting all goofy on the stream earlier on the voyage to the bottom of the barrel, and now it's acting goofy again over here. So I really hope everything is okay with the stream here. Gosh, how weird. Been noticing a lot of loss prevention security have been going ham on customers stealing were about a year ago. Wasn't like that. I prefer they take care of it right then and there. Have been going. It's different where is it different where you're loss prevention have been going on customers stealing going ham. What do you mean going ham? Wasn't like prefer they take care of it right then and there. Yeah. So I don't know. Here's the thing. There when I go into stores in California, there's always security out here just because it's all of Southern California is pretty full of crime. So I don't know if it's going to be like different if that's what you're getting at. But there's always been a lot of crime. So stores always have security out here. And a lot of stores policy is if somebody runs out the door, you do not chase them. You just call the police because, people like to pull out guns and just start shooting. So the store policy is you let them run away. You call the police. That's typically what they do. Just shared it on Facebook page. Oh, you're talking about shared your post on YouTube channel. Oh, well, yeah, I appreciate that, Anthony. Very nice of you. Thank you very much. Foster Man, what's up? Wish you nothing but health and happiness. You're a good dude. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. It's awful kind words. But I wish, as we go into this holiday season, doesn't matter what you celebrate. There's a lot of different holidays for different religions and all kinds of stuff coming up over the next couple months here. But, as we go toward the new year with Christmas, Hanukkah, everything, Thanksgiving and all that, I hope everybody has a great, great season. Hopefully gas prices start to dip. Maybe our food prices and things like that will start coming down again because it's pretty rough right now. But hopefully everybody's having a great, great, fall as we get ready for winter. It's starting to get cold. There was storming here for the last couple of days. And there's a hurricane. I just heard on the news, Mike and Kelly from Orlando were talking about it live on Monday, but there's a hurricane that should be hitting Florida as a category 1. I think like tomorrow, it's in the next day or so. It should be hitting Florida. I think it's in like the Bahamas right now, which prayers to those people in the Bahamas. But I think it's a category 1, which is, as far as hurricanes go, it's better than like a category 4 or something. But hopefully they're it's not, going to do too much damage or anything like that. I was watching your dumpster diving videos 5 years ago and you had longer. Yeah, Tony, you know what? Yeah, one day it was really hot and I rolled in the barbershop and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I just cut it off. And they're like, what? Are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I only let it grow because my wife didn't like me. I was shaving my head for years, like 10 years. I just had not like with a straight edge razor, but just clippers. I would just buzz cut, my wife didn't like that. So I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to grow my hair out, I need to get haircuts and stuff. And I just didn't have time for it. Or was being lazy or whatever. And so I was like, well, I'll just let it grow. And it grew for 3 years. And that's how I got that long. And then one day I was just like, you know what? Enough of this. It's too hot. And then plus when you're on a bike, I'm talking on a motorcycle, if your hair is not really secured in a ponytail, all tightened up, it is going to be a bitch combing it out after you're done. After you get off the bike. So it was such a headache to deal with. I was just like, you know what? It's hot. I can't deal with this anymore. Just cut it off. So one day just cut it off and there it was gone. And since then been back to kind of being able to see my ears and feel the wind on my head. Ever since from the time I got out of the Marine Corps up until the time I started letting it grow, I always had either my hair very short or bald. And yeah, it was hot one day. So it's like, whatever, it's hot, cut it off. Taking care of a customer right, they're not letting them steal it and walk out. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I understand that. Knowing people are stealing from you and walking out is very frustrating. But you don't know who's going to have a gun or a knife or anything anymore. So, sometimes, for the sake of the company, knowing their insurance is going to be skyrocketing and stuff, just let them go. Is it worth, especially if it's just something that's a bottle of booze or something that's anywhere from like $5 to $20 or whatever, just let it go. But it's frustrating. I get it. People are, breaking the law, and you see it, you want to be able to do something about it. But, unfortunately we can't all be police, so I'm with you though. It's frustrating. Getting close to 6 p.m. Okay. Prayers out to your uncle. I just finished Halloween Ends. Wow. What the actual hell, right? So JSL, I'm with you. I am with you. It is, that was a tough one to get through. The Corey Cunningham show there, right? Ugh. Yeah. Bad movie, but that's cool. 6 o'clock. So yeah, you're like 5 hours behind us right now. Crazy. I thought it seemed like it'd be a lot more than that, considering like Hawaii is like 3 hours. But I guess you're just down on the other side of the planet, on the bottom, and not like way further across or something. I guess, I don't know. Let's go, Brandon. All right. Why were VHS tapes discontinued? Because they broke, and they were big and bulky when DVDs and CDs were so much smaller. You put them in everything. Like, you didn't have to worry about rewinding. You didn't have to worry about the tape splitting on you and stuff. So it made a lot of sense, to move away from those. Are you going to do a gift exchange video? What movie won? And friends, I think you guys should. Ron, we talked about that. What movie won? And I did, and it would be fun. The thing is, we have to all figure out a time we can get together, and that's tough anymore. It's really tough trying to figure out a time. Everybody's so busy. Fluff's with everything Fluff had going on with his health and time in the hospital and everything, he's working a lot trying to make money. Cinestalker, of course, is always, working too. Living in San Diego is not cheap, so those guys are working their asses off to be able to afford to live down there. And Wet Movie One has his job now, and so it's tough for us all to get together. But if we can do something like that, if we can make it work out, then definitely. Happy birthday, USMC. Hoorah. That's right. D Wizzy Sep 88. Happy Marine Corps birthday to you as well. Are you a Marine vet? Are you active duty, or what's going on over there in your world over there? But yeah, no, it's definitely, this time of year with the Marine Corps birthday. And sorry, I'm like readjusting my chair as I'm moving around. You're like, what are you doing? You tweaking? With the Marine Corps birthday and Veterans Day and stuff, it's kind of like, an emotional part of the year for for Marines and Marine vets. So it's cold, wear Fluffy to warm you up. Hey, you know what? Don't tempt Fluff. He might come warm you up. You never know. But Fluffy's driving around San Diego somewhere in San Diego County. I don't like showing my Walmart paper because I bought it, not stealing it. I don't like showing my Walmart paper. Hamburger, you're talking about your receipt when you walk out of Walmart and they want to see your receipt now. It's just like Costco. Costco does that. I don't care. What bugs me at Walmart is sometimes you walk out and they want to see your receipt. Sometimes they don't care. Sometimes they want to see your receipt, and yet they're standing having a conversation with somebody about, what movie they're going to watch tomorrow night or something. At that point, I just walk by. If they want to stop and actually talk to me at that point, fine. But if they're going to make me stand there and wait, they can suck my butt. I'm walking out the door. Virtual gift exchange, send each other packages, open them on stream. Yeah, that is definitely something we could do too. That's a good idea. I'll mention it to the guys, Frosty, man. That's a great idea. Yeah, that's the way it used to be when I worked in retail. It was about being discreet, but making sure that thief was dealt with, not walk out and then call the cops. Yeah, it used to be like in retail, like you could lock the doors, so they couldn't walk out the front. But here's the problem. In California, until they exit the building, they haven't stolen anything. So they have to get outside. And then once they're outside, the insurance changes and stuff. So the laws get really goofy. So, and that's specifically in California, you just have to let them go because they haven't stolen it until they've exited the building. So even if like stuffing stuff down their shirt or whatever, they haven't stolen it until they've left the building. So yeah, it's frustrating. Macabre Cafe, what up? When you gonna do another Christmas card talk? That last one was funny as hell. Man, that's funny. Yeah, so a Christmas card talk, that was it was a fun video. And I need to do another one of those, and that's paying homage to the big homie Cody Clark, who Cody and Chloe back in New York, they had sent a Christmas card, and so I was like, well, we got to do open it and make a video, a Christmas card talk. It was great because Cody, I used to watch way back in the day when Cody would do gum talk, was hysterical, where he would like squish his head with the effect and talk about gum with kind of like with the heavy like New York accent, talking about the bubble gum. It was great. And so I need to do another Christmas card talk. But hopefully I get some Christmas cards and I'll do that. We'll do another Christmas card talk. Yes. Yeah. Cooks on it. Yep. Thank vets. Yep. Navy vets, a lot of battle buddies. Nice. Well, that's cool. Thank you for your service. I appreciate that. And, it's, Veterans Day here and everything. It's definitely time that we gotta, reflect a little bit and be appreciative of those that have served, to give us our freedom, and it's, I know it's like, an American holiday and everything, but, doesn't mean that everybody around the world can't be grateful for those who have served to protect their freedoms, whether they're in Canada or whether they're in England or Australia or wherever. Somebody was in the military and served to protect your rights to live the way you want to live. So, but like today I was getting a case of water and the dude that was stealing got tackled. I was surprised. Oh, wow. That's cool. Yeah. You don't see people getting tackled very often anymore. You don't. Your grandpa was a Pearl Harbor survivor, and I knew a lot of old school World War II vets. Wow. That's cool. Yeah. The old school vets, they're a lot of fun to talk to, listen to, hear their stories. And if you've never spent time like at a VFW, which is like a hall where a lot of, veterans get together and just kind of talk, share stories, support groups for each other. And they do things in the community to support the community and stuff. VFWs are a lot of fun, and going there and hearing some of the old vets tell stories, whether it's military stories, whether it's just stories like from back in the 1930s or 40s or something. It's really fun to hear that stuff, but that's cool. Yeah. Kudos to your grandpa for, being in World War II. That was a long, long time ago. Yes, that's to the vets, Navy, Marines, and everyone. Yep. Gotta recognize them all. Although the Marine Corps birthday is, in November as well. And, I can't, I'm not, my brain is fried right now. I'm kind of doing the math in my head of how many years, 247 years, trying to figure out how many years, that the Marine Corps has been around. But this week will be 247 years that the Marine Corps has been around. It's older than our country. It's you got the Marine Corps birthday and you've got Veterans Day. So yeah, a lot to be thankful for. You plan on seeing Black Panther: Wakanda Forever in theaters? I'm not sure. VCR. I really. I'm just burnt out on superhero movies. I don't know. I just don't have any desire. I want to see it, but I'm like, do I want to go spend that much money and everything, or do I want to just wait for it to come out streaming? I'm probably just going to wait for like Disney Plus. Do you watch horror fan films? Most of them are on YouTube. I haven't watched too many. There's so many movies and stuff out there that I just haven't watched. I need to, I just got so much else I need to watch, before getting into, like fan films. Yeah, your responses are coming in late, so please forgive if it's irrelevant. Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. We're just, hey, how weird. We are just hanging out bullshitting tonight. That's all we're doing. Sadly, they are no longer here. Well, yeah, no, and unfortunately, the veterans from World War II, not many are here anymore. Yeah, no. Carnage, what's up, Carnage? How you doing tonight? Top 5 horror movies of all time. That's tough. Cody's in the house. What's going on, Cody? How you doing? Man, it's late as hell where Cody is. Top 5 horror movies of all time. I can tell you 2 right off the bat. And one is The Shining and one is Silence of the Lambs. Without question. Like, without question. Probably another one would be why am I drawing a blank on the name of this movie? Why am I drawing a blank? It's hang on. Wow. Yeah, I don't know why. I suck with names, but Dead Alive is probably another one. I absolutely love Dead Alive. But yeah, I get stuck at 2. I get stuck because like my 2 favorites are definitely The Shining, Silence of the Lambs. After that, there's so many that I absolutely love. So it's really hard to just like narrow it down beyond that. But The Shining and Silence of the Lambs, they're like in a class of their own right there. So superhero movies so overhyped. Yeah, there's just too many of them. For me, there's just too many of them. OGP, what up? Starlock 999. Are California government policies as bad as we hear, or is that just rhetoric on the East Coast? So here's the thing. In Starlock, I don't talk politics on the channel just because I don't want to pick sides. I did vote. I vote every time. I have all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I voted stickers stuck to the front of my computer every time I do my ballot, whether it's in person or whether it's in the mail. I take my sticker and I put it on the computer here. But I can tell you things that I experience. We pay very high taxes in California. We pay very high taxes. And they're supposed to go to fixing our roads. Our roads suck. And I can tell you, I've done road trips. I've driven my own car to Florida, to Pennsylvania, to Minnesota. And it's all multiple trips. I've driven, and my wife and I have, we keep track of all the states we've been to. They're the only states in this country that I have not been to are like North Dakota and Alaska. And I think that's it. I think I've been to every single other state in the country. I think it's just those 2. And I could tell you without a doubt, California has the worst roads in the country. It's just amazing. When you're driving and you cross over into Arizona or Nevada, all of a sudden the roads get so much better. It's crazy. So we pay all these high taxes. Coke Sonic, Nebraska. Yes, I have family in Nebraska. Spent a lot of time in Nebraska. But so the taxes we spend the money on, they take our money. I don't know where that money goes. Like our kids, with the kids going to school, we had to buy not just our kids' school supplies, but it used to be, there was a rule where you had to come to school. The kid had to come to school the first day with chalk and other things to give the teacher so the teacher could teach the class. What kind of shit is that? The teacher couldn't, have their own supplies from the school. And in California, back in the 80s, we voted in the lottery. And the lottery was supposed to be tax money that went straight to public schools. And I have heard that not one penny of that in almost 40 years has ever gone to public schools. So it's just, it sucks. If you took that tax money and gave teachers increases, more teachers would want to be here and the kids would get better educations and stuff. And it's frustrating. Car registration, I just paid for a car that is coming up on 5 years old. I just paid over $300 for 1 year for car registration, plus the highest, gasoline prices in the country because of tax and everything. It is frustrating. It's very hard to live here when you're spending so much and you're getting so little in return. from the government. So it's frustrating. I don't like a lot of the rules and policies and things that we have to deal with in California. But it's, I mean, the weather's great. A lot of friends here. There's a lot of pluses and there's a lot of minuses. But there's one thing is for sure. I've been on a lot of places around this country, and 99% of this country looks at California like they see a Californian and they're like, uh-oh, here comes a fucking weirdo. The Californians are fucking weirdos. And compared to the rest of the country, Californians are fucking weirdos. Californians a lot will roll into places and just expect, I'm sorry, you go into a barbecue shack in Kansas, they're not going to have a vegan option. They're not going to have avocado toast. They're not going to have all these health options that they have in California. But you look around, people in California are just as fat as anywhere else. So all these health options and everything, it's just like a look at me kind of thing, in my opinion. There's a lot of people who take it seriously and all that, but Californians are very full of themselves and they're dickheads. I don't see road rage. I was in Texas for a week. I come back, I fly in, I get in my car, start driving home. 2 times between the airport and my house, I witnessed road rage, people chasing each other and stomping on the brakes and trying to make each other crash. I didn't see that a whole week in Texas. I get home twice on the way home from the airport. I see that. So California, it's a tough place to live. And I don't, my wife and I have talked about this a lot. We don't see ourselves staying here forever. But the kids are in college right now and everything. So we're here for a time being for a while. Carnage, Shining is your number 3. Awesome. How about The Thing, John Carpenter? So, hey, I love The Thing. It's a great movie. I don't know. I think as far as John Carpenter movies go, I might like The Fog better than The Thing. I might, Big Trouble in Little China, is that horror? I don't know, but I think I like that better even than The Thing. But I mean, John Carpenter is a legend, a god, and I absolutely love almost every one of his movies. Did you remember to tuck your cock back? I mean, set your clock back. Fossy Man, yes. Well, I didn't have to, who really has to worry about that anymore with cell phones that automatically adjust? Look, I keep looking at my fingers. How crazy is that? With your cell phones that automatically adjust, the time. I didn't have to move anything. It just did it for me. And then you get in the car, your phone syncs up at the car, and then your car clock automatically changes too. So didn't have to worry about that. Better metal album, Vulgar Display of Power or Seasons in the Abyss? Probably. And Ben Master, what's up? That's a tough one. I'm probably going to go Seasons in the Abyss. And let me see. So the Seasons, is that the one? That's well, no, because Raining Blood is on Raining Blood, right? Let me look at the tracks, because I'll never remember all the songs. So you got War Ensemble, Dead Skin Mask, Hollow Point. That man, that's a tough question. A tough question. But it's a great question. So I'm looking at the tracks to actually give you a fair, because I got to look at all the tracks. So you got Walk, This Love, Fucking Hostile. Oh man. So Ben Master, I'm going to give that to Slayer just because I like Slayer a little more than Pantera. I don't get me wrong. Absolutely love Pantera. But in my favorite band list, if I had to say which was more favorite, I like Slayer a little bit better than Pantera. So I would probably go Seasons in the Abyss. What about Unsane? Oh man, Unsane was horrible. If you haven't seen that review, oh man, you gotta watch it. I lose my shit in there for a while. It was bad. I was so mad when I was done watching that movie. I could not believe how offended I was at how bad that movie was. And here's the thing. I respect anybody who's going to go out and put forth the effort to make a movie. But they hired all these people. They had Matt Damon. They had all this stuff. And yet, like, it's like, okay, ready? Everybody take your positions. Okay, cameras up. All right, action. Yeah, how can you seriously try and make a movie with a cell phone? Like, oh man, that offended me. Did you see that chase in OC? No. I was busy with the so I had to watch the movies because I hadn't watched the movies yet. So about noon today, I started watching the 2 movies for Voyage to the Bottom of the Barrel. And then after that was over, I had to go out. I had to run up to the grocery store, and I had to do like the brake job, which is why my fingers are dirty, on the car. So I've been busy all day. Haven't really looked at news or anything. But one thing, if you live in Southern California, there's on our news, and it's funny because everywhere else you go in the country, like Nebraska, I spent so much time in Nebraska. You watch the news, they talk about like the crops, the farmers, the weather, how, it's impacting people. They talk about things that impact regular people. Out here, our news consists of what the Kardashians are doing, high-speed police chases, politics, and like a TMZ and sports segment. You don't really get any news that impacts your life. You get stuff that riles you up and pisses you off, and that's it. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but guaranteed, like almost every day of the week, at least 4 days a week in California, or in Southern California, you're getting a high-speed police chase on the news. Let's see. I'll tell you where it goes: in the politicians' pockets. Yeah, that's where our taxes go. No, you're 100% right. Yeah. Never heard about the chalk thing. Sounds, yeah, surreal. Yeah, no, it really is. Us having to buy like notepads and pens and things to send with the kids to school so the teachers had supplies. It's like, what the shit is this? You got to be kidding me. But it happened. It happened. I had 5 kids. I produced 5 offspring. So good luck, world. Going to Arizona, Parker, California, side have bad up and down roads. No, you're right. Hamburger time. I've spent a lot of time. We used to go out to the river and take, trips down the river. And I can't remember. I think there's times where we ended at Parker Dam, and there was other times where we started at Parker Dam and went south. I like ending at Parker Dam because south of Parker Dam, it's very flat. You get a lot of just like the like brush and things on the side. But before, like north of Parker Dam, you get a lot of like mountains and stuff. It's real pretty up there. The roads out there, you are right, are shit. You're in Maryland, Washington, D.C. suburbs. Ever been here? So Macabre Cafe, yes. As a matter of fact, I want to say it was like July of 2018. We spent a week in D.C. and we stayed at a hotel that was right across the street from that old post office that Trump turned into like, the Trump International Hotel, kind of just a few blocks away from the White House. Stayed there for a week and just spent like, a day at each different, Smithsonian. And then we went out to like George Washington's place. What do you call it? Not Valley Forge is in Pennsylvania. We've been there before. But where George Washington's house was, we went out there. And then we toured the Capitol building one day. A lot of fun in DC. Only the one time spent 1 week there. And we did on the way home from Boston a month ago. We had a layover in DC. We flew into Ronald Reagan. And what's funny? It was so funny. And this is, again, I'm not picking sides on politics or anything here, but this is very interesting. If you sit back and you watch the news and the hate that the left has for the right and the right has for the left, it's funny how they both like either cannot acknowledge each other without berating or without talking shit. And when we were landing into Ronald Reagan, the flight attendant, usually when you're landing, they come on and they go, oh, we'll be landing at like San Diego. We'll be landing at San Diego Lindbergh Field in 10 minutes. So this is your, final call, chairs in the upright position, all that stuff, right? This woman would not say Ronald Reagan, and which, I know a lot of flight attendants are on the left, and that's fine. But the fact that she couldn't even acknowledge Ronald Reagan, like him or hate him, he is a huge part of American history because of the end of the Cold War, the taking down of the Berlin Wall and all that stuff. They named an airport after him for a reason. Same goes in New York. That'd be like flying into JFK in New York and going like, yeah, we're flying into the airport in a marshy land outside of New York City. Just say it. It's JFK. So the fact that she couldn't say that, I was like, come on, let's move past the hate and realize that as Americans, 99% of us would agree on way more shit than we would disagree on. And so we have so much in common. That's what it's so frustrating. You turn on the news and it's all just hate, 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 hate. So, it's just frustrating. That's why I don't really, dive into politics too much. But DC, I would love to be back. My wife and I would love to be back in DC one of these years when the cherry trees blossom. Would love to see that. I'm sure it's got to be gorgeous. But we didn't, we went out to the National Zoo, and we went over by the Pentagon. Of course, we had to, walk around Arlington, go see the Marine Corps monument over there and everything. Loved it. Absolutely loved our time in DC. So one of these days, I'd love to get back there for sure. Taxes, the reason Ozzy just left. Yeah, no. Hey, and here's the thing. Yeah, Ozzy just left, and Mark just moved to Vegas, and you hear about all these other people moving out of California. And what I hope is, just think about this for a second. People that are leaving, if you don't like the environment that you're living in, if you move and then you vote the same way you did where you lived before, you're going to turn the new place into the old place. So I hope all these people that are leaving California actually start thinking and quit voting for some of these idiots that we have running our state over here. And there's idiots all over the country. They're all over the place. But in California, boy, do we got some doozies. So, if you're going to move to escape one place, yeah, you gotta vote differently. You gotta, realize why things are the way they are where you go. You're a corn-fed mule. Hey, I'm down. You know what? Avocado toast. Yeah, no, Carnage. You never heard avocado toast? It's a thing. It's a thing. Agree with OGP. Well, I appreciate that. You have family in Riverside out there in California. Nice. Deborah Kleiner. Hey, well, then, if they're in Riverside, they are probably less than a half hour away from me, no matter where in Riverside they are. I don't live in the city of Riverside, but I live in Riverside County, which is just next to LA. But I don't like traffic and stuff. Sucks. So I did not want to live in LA. But we're just outside. I'm just a little drive in. How come you and Fluffy don't hang out much anymore? Carnage, it's just because Fluffy is down in San Diego. I'm up here. So we live, it's like 90 miles apart from his house to mine. It's like 90 miles. So it is a mission. Fluff used to come up here quite a bit, but he's working a lot, like a lot, trying to, get as much money as he can to get caught up on bills that he fell behind on when he was in the hospital and stuff. So we talked about it. And because I had the voyage to the bottom of the barrel tonight, and I had something going on last night, and then Monday, I have my live stream. We talked about Fluff possibly coming up this week. Just didn't happen, but love Fluff to death. Me and Fluff, there's nothing wrong with me and, between me and Fluff. We just, we live far away. And that's the same thing with Cinestalker. Same reason that I don't see Cinestalker that much. We just live so far apart. What state do you see yourself living in aside from California? HC. So here's the thing. I think number one, if we had our choice, it would probably be in Maui, in Hawaii. But that's pretty expensive. But I would love. I would not break my heart to retire on a beach in Maui. But more realistically, I don't know. It's hard to say. My wife and I have talked about some different places, but I believe it would be like somewhere in the northeastern part of the country, anywhere from Ohio up into New England, like up that way. Just because we have, I have a ton of family in Ohio, but there's parts of Pennsylvania or even like some West Virginia places that are kind of like little isolated in the forest and stuff that we like. You got to remember, we live like in a desert. We don't have trees that grow here. All the trees in Southern California were planted. So to go somewhere where they actually have trees would be nice. But I really love like New England. Like I could see myself going to Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, somewhere up in there. But we don't know yet. We're not really 100% sure. Season of the Abyss. All right. Easily. Okay. Hey everyone, and OGP, I saw your Unsane review and that was great to watch. Juno, well, thanks. Yeah, no, that movie, it like really got under my skin. And so I was like, I'll let it. Yeah, I should have done an F-bomb counter because by the time that was over, I was like, man, I must have said fuck at least like 30 times. Everyone, you make sure you drop them a like. Deborah Clant, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, everybody, if you would, if you hit that thumbs up button, I would appreciate that. So Vulgar here. So we got a vote for Vulgar and we got a vote for Season. So yeah, Vulgar all the way, huh? Okay. Victor Crowley, aka Hatchet 4 film, was the way I feel angry like you did OGP with Unsane. That Hatchet film sucked and you threw it in the garbage. I have tried to watch Victor Crowley. And I turned it off after like, I don't know, 15 minutes. I was like, fuck this movie. So I'm with you. I don't like the Victor Crowley movies. Hatchet, I don't know. Not my favorite franchise or character there. Was harvesting all day. Okay. All right. Harvesting corn. What are you harvesting? What's your favorite Robert De Niro movie? Oh, favorite Robert De Niro movie. Godfather 2, probably. Man, De Niro's been in some good ones, but probably, and I know it's pretty cliche to say Godfather 2 because that's, it's like the obvious, it's like the go-to, but I think it is that because it's just like head and shoulders above everything else. But I mean, like I love me some Casino. And if you didn't see those videos where me and Cinestalker were in Vegas, you got to find those on my channel here where we went and did a lot of the mob locations there in Vegas, especially from the movie Casino. So let's go back here. I'm going to look because I'll never remember all of them. And so, yeah, going all the way back. Wow, he started acting in 65. Crazy. But he was in Mean Streets. Yeah, Godfather 2, Taxi Driver. Out of those is, and I know a lot of people love Taxi Driver, and it was a good movie, but to me, it doesn't. There's no way it's better than The Godfather 2. Raging Bull, a good one. Let's see here. When he played Al Capone in The Untouchables was good. Of course, Goodfellas. And Goodfellas, like, man, if there is a second to The Godfather 2, it would be like Godfather 2, Goodfellas, and Casino is like right there, too. All three of those movies are so good. I love mob movies, though. I really do love mob movies. A Bronx Tale is great. Love that movie. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Jackie Brown's a good one, but it's Jackie Brown. That's not necessarily like a Robert De Niro movie. I know he's in it. I know he's a big part of it. But when I think of Robert De Niro movies, Jackie Brown is not one of them. Yeah, I would say Godfather 2, then Goodfellas, then Casino. Those would be my top 3 De Niro movies. Tim H, what's up? Happy birthday. Oh, happy Marine Corps birthday. Yes, that is correct. Tim, thank you very much for that. And happy Marine Corps birthday to all my fellow Marines out there. And Carnage says, Goodfellas? Yeah, no, you can't go wrong with that. And I understand. And this is it. For me, I like the first Godfather better than Godfather 2. But a lot of people say Godfather 2 is one of the greatest movies ever. So hard to say. Need to do more traveling, maybe get a camper trailer. Coke Sonic, yeah, you know what? My wife and I had thought about, getting like a trailer or something. But man, I sure do love the amenities of a hotel. it's nice to be able to just get up, take a shower, and not have to, and take a dump and not have to worry about dumping your sewage and everything. So there's a lot of work that comes with the trailer, or, if you have like a camping trailer, maybe you don't have a bathroom, then you got to go find a bathroom and everything. So trailers are cool. We love road trips, but we still usually hit hotels. Sometimes we'll go on a road trip and we'll bring like a tent and sleeping bags, and we'll stop in camp places and stuff too. But we don't do that enough to justify having like a trailer. Macabre, Mount Vernon, thank you. I don't know why that was, beside me. And it's funny because I kept trying to think, okay, what's the lyrics? What's the lyrics? Because the Sir Mix-a-Lot song, and of course he's talking about Mount Vernon in Washington State, not George Washington's Mount Vernon. But the lyrics where he says Mount Vernon because of brothers money earning, something like that. Anyways, yeah, and I was like, man, what's the lyrics? What's the lyrics? I think it's Sir Mix-a-Lot song. What horror movies are coming out next year? That's a good question. Maybe we can look into that here in just a bit. Let me try and get caught up on some of the chat before we get way too off topic here. 2022 has been a sad year for Scream Factory with their bad customer. I agree. Customer service, greasy 4Ks, sticky discs, bad shipping, very lame releases. No, you're right. There's no question about that. This Scream Factory is like WTF this year. Yep. Ronald Reagan had the best jokes about Russia. No, some of the old school audio clips. Ronald Reagan was one of those guys, those old school kind of like cool guys, like a Frank Sinatra or something, where he was cool. And Obama had that cool factor where he's kind of like a little smug, but kind of funny and stuff. But Reagan he had that cool. He could say something that was like really a jab, but make it sound cool. And it was just so funny. But yeah, some of his sound bites are great. What's your favorite zombie film? Yours is Land of the Dead. Land of the Dead is great. I kind of think right now, and this might be a shock to some people, my current favorite zombie film is probably Train to Busan. I absolutely love that movie. I'm telling you, the Koreans are bringing out the heat with some great movies lately. Return of the Living Dead is dope, or Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2. 28 Days Later, dude. No, that's a great one. Also, there's so many good ones. It's so hard to pick. But 28 Days Later, that is definitely deserves honorable mention. That movie is so good. And even 28 Weeks Later was still pretty damn good too. Not on the level of 28 Days Later, but 28 Weeks Later was pretty damn good too. Your 8th class was going to DC and then 9/11. No way. Wow, that sucks. It's not a funny story, but a similar story. And not in the sense of a terrorist attack, but my parents didn't have the money. I was not going to be able to go on the 8th grade trip to DC. But all the kids in my class, the travel company that was arranging for us to go to Washington, DC, took everybody's money and then closed their doors and filed bankruptcy. And all the money everybody paid to go to Washington, DC was lost. And so then they did these big old fundraisers and everything, and it was a much smaller trip to DC. Some of the kids did not get to go after that because their parents just could not afford to pay for that twice. Because it was like, we're talking in the 80s, and this was still like a couple $1,000s. So to me, my kids didn't have that opportunity to go to DC in their schools, but my wife and I take the kids traveling all over the place. You name it in the continental United States, we've probably been there. So, and that includes a lot of like educational places like the Smithsonian museums. OGP is tomorrow your actual birthday. No, Antonis, they're talking about the Marine Corps birthday. So the United States Marine Corps is going to be 247 years old on the 10th of November. And so it's the Marine Corps birthday. But as a Marine, a common thing, Marines just say happy birthday to each other for the Marine Corps birthday. That's what that is. In the 1949 dystopian novel 1984, the 2 minutes hate is the daily public broadcast. No, I thought 1984 came out in 1948. Was it 1949? I thought it came out in 48 because it was like 84 and 48. But I could be wrong with that. But no, that movie 1984 is insane. If you've never seen 1984, I recommend getting it. I got the Criterion. It's an epic movie. Everybody should see it because it will tell you, if you don't believe in government overreach and Big Brother and everything, 1984, it holds up today. It will scare the living shit out of you about what government can do to your life. Tim H, that would be cool, but haven't been happy with Scream Factory this year. Yeah, Scream Factory has been, they've had a pretty bad year. Who the fuck is leaving Cali? This place and the roads are more packed than ever. It seems like it's absolutely insane. No, Carnage, you're right. There's a lot of people leaving. I think they were saying for like the first time in I don't know how many ever years or whatever, the population of, I don't know if it's population of California or if it was one specific city or something, but actually shrunk like for the first time in years, where actually there was less people at the end of the year than started. They're leaving, and they're all going to Austin, Texas. And Austin, Texas has turned into LA in the middle of the country. Austin, like when we were in Texas, we went to Austin thinking, oh, it's supposed to be so cool, the Riverwalk, all the entertainment and everything. Austin, Texas was not like Houston or Dallas or San Antonio. Austin is dirty, way like homeless people everywhere, like tents and shit, just like LA. You were scared to like walk down the streets at night. It's just Austin, Texas is a dump. And why? Because Californians are invading and taking our trash. Love it, bro. It's crazy how divided people have become. We all need to come together. No, you're right. You're right. And that's why it's hard to even talk about it. You got to be very, very careful. But no, you're right. I mean, because here's the thing. There's like, pick a subject and guess. I'm not going to say one way or another, but let's just take one, like gay marriage. Let's just talk about gay marriage. What percentage of the country do you think anymore really truly has a problem with gay marriage? Like, if they're getting married and they're in their own house, what does it matter to me if I'm not gay or whatever? It doesn't matter. Let them do their thing. I think I would guess like at least 90% of Americans would be like, let them do it. Maybe I don't agree. Maybe I do agree, but let them do it. It's their lives in their house. It's not impacting me. Let them do it. And if a man wants to be with another man, why should he not have the right, to the tax benefits and things that, a man and a woman as a couple would have? So it's things like that you watch one news, they're going to tell you, oh no, bad, bad, bad. You watch the other news, they're going to say, oh no, they hate us for liking this. They hate us. They're bad because they hate us. And the reality is we don't hate you. The news says we hate you, but we don't really hate you. And so it's just pawning these news kind of like, make us, think that we all hate each other. And it's not the case. The stupidest film that I've seen in theaters was Unfriend in 2015. I have not watched that. It's just not my cup of tea. I just don't really care to see it. But being that you don't like it, that gives me even less reason to want to go see it, Juno. So thank you for saving me time to watch that movie. Everybody moving out of California this year. Yeah, a lot of people are. Lots of California plates up here in Oregon recently. Tim, that I know. Yep, that I know. If you're going to leave California, Oregon is a gorgeous, gorgeous state. But I know a lot of Oregonians do not like Californians. So you got to be careful going up there. Vulgar all the way. Okay, so another vote for Vulgar. Hell yeah, homie. We'd love to have you here in West Virginia. Hey, you know what? Like we were looking at like the little part of West Virginia that goes up in between like Pennsylvania and Ohio, like right across the river, where there's like a city that's kind of like on an island in the middle of the river. Like we were looking at houses over there. I was like, man, this is like badass. I'm like, you're like an hour away from Pittsburgh and like an hour away from like Columbus or something like that. In the middle, like I'm like, dude, this is like amazing. And you're just a few hours away from like New York City and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But West Virginia is a beautiful state, that's for sure. King Diamond beats them all. Grandma, what was it like? Okay, King Diamond. All right, I'm not sure. King Diamond. Are we talking about an album here? Or are you talking King Diamond, Danish musician? There's a Danish musician called King Diamond. King Diamond, there's a band. Are you talking about the band King Diamond? I've never heard of them. Let's see. Cape Fear was pretty good. Some of these, just to refresh my memory, I have to just quickly look at them to see. Oh, De Niro, Nick Nolte, Jessica Lange. Convicted rapist released from prison after serving a 14-year sentence, stalks the family of the lawyer who originally defended him. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah. No, that's a good movie, too. JSL, you are correct. Yes. Taxi Driver. Okay. Very fair. And I know a lot of people love Taxi Driver. I know you have your beef with VS, but you got your Texas Chainsaw 2. Nice. And it looks great. No, here's the thing. I would love to have that, but I'm not going to patronize them. I might, when it goes, if I find it on sale, like at a Zeo Records or something like that, I might buy it secondhand where I'm not actually, giving them money. Like somebody else bought it and they got rid of it. So I'm not supporting Vinegar Syndrome. I might buy it like that because I would love to have it. I absolutely love that movie. I love it. It's not a classic in the sense that the original Texas Chainsaw is, but it is such a great movie. Absolutely love it. I've never seen Godfather 2. Oh, wow. Yeah, you really ought to. You really ought to give it a shot. The Godfather movies. The third one, it's good, but I don't know what they were doing. For that franchise, it's by far the weakest. But the first and second one are absolutely amazing. So Taxi Driver, and Puller says Taxi Driver. Puller, is that is that actually your name, or is that like Chesty Puller, like a Marine Corps reference? Meet the Parents. There you go. Oh man. Cape Fear, Deer Hunter. Okay. Love him and Pacino in Heat. No, Heat is a great movie too. Yes. A Bronx Tale that he acted and directed was great, underrated film. I really liked his performance. Yeah, I love The Bronx Tale was great too. Yes. Deer Hunter. Yep. Favorite Daniel Day-Lewis movie. That's. Set the Diet Coke down there. Daniel Day-Lewis. That's one I'm going to have to check out here. We're going to have to look at his resume here and see, because there's no way I will remember all his movies. Okay. So Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Oh, uncredited. So he has a smaller role in that. Okay. So yeah, Gandhi, The Bounty. Was that The Bounty with Sir Anthony Hopkins? It was, yeah. I absolutely love that movie. The Bounty, where Mel Gibson, but Anthony Hopkins plays Captain Bligh. I remember reading the book, The Mutiny on the Bounty, and doing a book report on that bounty back in elementary school. But I absolutely love that. The Bounty, The Bounty is, the ship that they were on. And Captain Bligh was a real, fucked up captain, and they ended up having a mutiny. Great movie there. Let's see. Man, There Will Be Blood. Gangs of New York. Lincoln. Crucible. I would say so. But when I think of The Bounty, I think of Mel Gibson and Anthony Hopkins. But as far as Daniel Day-Lewis, I would probably say Gangs of New York. Love Gangs of New York. Of course, I mean it's a mob movie. I love mob movies, so that might be it for me there. And that was out of that question there. A Bronx Tale, Taxi Driver, Casino. Analyze this. This Boy's Life. Your 5 favorite. Nice, good choices there. Yeah. Gangs of New York. Yep, agree with you. Favorite Ryan Gosling. Man, we're throwing him out. Let's see. Thank you for your service, OGP. Your son is in the Navy. Decent, Robert. Well, that's very good. Thank him for me for his service when you talk to him next. And that's very cool. You got to be very proud of him for being in the Navy. And Ryan Gosling, man, that's another one with a ton of hard choices. But I think I'm pretty sure with Gosling, there's going to be one that's going to stand out. Where I'm going to be like, oh yeah, is it The Notebook? Maybe it's The Notebook. Is that allowed? Am I allowed to have The Notebook be my favorite Ryan Gosling movie? Or Goosebumps. Oh no, that's a TV show. Let's see here. Ryan Gosling. What did he do? All Good Things, Drive, Crazy Stupid Love. Ides of March was great. I love the Ides of March. Gangster Squad. La La Land wasn't a big fan of. Blade Runner 2049. And I haven't seen The Gray Man yet. I still need to see The Gray Man. The Place Beyond the Pines was good. The Place Beyond the Pines was really good. I love that movie. Blue Valentine. Man, Blue Valentine. Fracture. Maybe Fracture is probably going to be the one that stands out as my favorite. Probably Fracture. Yeah. That's the one. I think, like Anthony Hopkins, like double crosses him or somehow or another is like Anthony Hopkins, like a real bad guy. It's been a while, specific details, but that one's great. And then Blue Valentine. That's a good one. So yeah, I'm probably going to say Fracture, but like Drive is good. The Ides of March. There's some good ones. There's some good ones from him. What happened to the whole Vinegar Syndrome slipcover fiasco thing? Fosse meant like they basically told me, sorry, tough shit. And so I'm like, okay, all right. So I did, my rant videos on them and I won't patronize them. And here's the thing. I have friends who've bought stuff for them and they're like, oh, I hope it shows up with the slipcover, but I don't know if it's going to have a slipcover or not. So the fact that their website is so damn confusing, I will not patronize them until they fix that shit. 28 Days was great. One day you'll see DC. Yeah, no, you got to make it to DC. Got to make it to DC. Sean, what's up, Sean? Lucio Fulci Zombie 2 is very underrated zombie flick, and that worm eye zombie really creeped you out as a kid. I haven't seen Zombie 2. So I watched Zombie. I thought Zombie was overrated. The first one I was like, it didn't do much for me. It was boring. And so earlier this year, Master Chaos and the guys were getting on me about, not having Zombie 3. So I picked it up and I watched it. It was okay. It was cheesy. I wasn't bored. I wasn't mad at it, but it was like definitely not like in my top 5 like zombie movie favorites. But Zombie 3 was okay. I haven't seen Zombie 2 yet. Love that movie. Sorry, and I'm not sure which one you were talking about there, Coke Sonic. Soylent Green. Okay. What about The Beast Within? Old school. Beast Within. Yeah, 1982. Young woman gets raped by a mysterious man creature. Oh, and her later son begins a horrific transformation into a similar beast. Yeah, no, good movie. Good movie. I think I just watched that earlier this year, right? I'm pretty sure I just watched that earlier this year. Like, good movie, yeah. Politics just divide people. You're right, and they totally do. Ooh, Way Up Dude is in the house. Here we go. It's joke time. Way Up Dude always coming through with the jokes. What's the difference between hungry and horny? Where you stick the cucumber. That's a good one. I haven't heard that one yet. Way Up Dude. That is funny. It's a very funny one. Golf clap on the cucumber joke there for Way Up Dude. Have you seen Riddick movies? I've seen Pitch Black. I have not seen the others. Pitch Black was good. I loved it. But after that, I was just like, I was a fan of the movie, not necessarily the character. So, I haven't gotten around to any of them, the others. 233 here. Well, 233, and I'm looking at 1143. So that means I'm way behind. I'm 10 minutes behind on the comments here. I got to get caught up. But yeah, very, very late at night. This is the WTF is OGP doing up this late at night here, doing live streams. That's exactly where you're at. Oh, the Ohio Valley, the very top of the state. Nice, darling. That's cool. Yeah, that's a gorgeous area. I love that area. Gosh, what is the name of that? Is it Wheeling, West Virginia? Is that what I'm thinking of? Like Wheeling, West Virginia? Where it's like way up there and it's like right on the river. Wheeling is such a beautiful city. Absolutely love Wheeling. Have you ever seen John Wayne Gacy movies? So the one I've seen one, and I remember a while back I had a picture of the autograph of the dude that played John Wayne Gacy, the guy who was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Forgetting his name right now. But I'd seen that movie, and I think it was just called Gacy. But I had that autograph, but I was like, what am I going to do with this? I'm not that big of a fan. I love a good movie that's, kind of based on a true story of how messed up human beings can be. But I was just like, yeah, that movie was okay. So I gave that autograph away as a giveaway. I don't remember who it went to. I'd have to go back and look. Larry Tate, what's up? Good to see you. Yeah, we're just hanging out, bullshitting, talking about whatever. Did you ever know, OGP, that Rob Zombie Halloween 2 was going to have a 3D sequel that was in development? Hell, I did not know that. But man, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is pretty rough. So to me, I was like, yeah, let's move on, Zombie. Go do something else. Hey, Rob Zombie has some very fun movies that I really enjoy. House of 1,000 Corpses, Devil's Rejects, 31, Lords of Salem. I am down with those movies. Halloween 2, ooh, and man, the Monsters, what the fuck? But yeah, I don't think Zombie needs to do another Halloween movie. Your streaming is freezing a little. And that could be me. And let me know, anybody else having issues with my stream? My internet is still going bonkers over here. It could very well. Issues with my stream. My internet is. I hear myself. Let me turn that off. But yeah, hopefully, I don't know how my stream's going. I'm gonna keep a backup. I'm gonna keep me up here so I can see myself, because I see myself on the StreamYard, but you never know what it's gonna look like once it hits YouTube there. So if the stream is goofing up, I apologize. I do not know what's up with the internet. It could be the weather. The weather has been bonkers the last couple days. So I don't know. It could be something like that. Texas Chainsaw 2 is your favorite in the entire franchise. Oh, okay, wow. Yeah, for me, I prefer the first one and then 2. And then after that, it's what the hell happened to that franchise. Platoon's a great movie. Love Platoon. The Will Be Blood Is Mine. Will Be Blood Is Mine. I'm lost you there, Carnage. I'm sorry. Do you like practical effects, kill, or CGI effects? I prefer practical effects if they're done right. But I know like a lot of CG nowadays looks better. Old school CG or low budget CG sucks. I'd much rather have practical. Let's see. There Will Be Blood is a great movie. Yeah. No, There Will Be Blood is a great movie. Yeah. No, just a nickname. Cape Fear is good, but don't beat the original. Okay. Yeah. And that's cool. Yeah. No, that's very cool. No, and Chesty Puller, one of the most famous Marines of all time. If you didn't know, that's why I was wondering about that. Your favorite Ryan Gosling movie is The Place Beyond the Pines. That is a great movie. Absolutely love that movie. Blade Runner 2049. Okay. All right. Driver was good. Yeah. No, it sure was. And Gangster Squad is underrated. There's some good choices there. Some good choices. But anytime you get Anthony Hopkins involved, I'm going to be a little biased because I love me some Anthony Hopkins. Favorite actors of all time for me, Anthony Hopkins is in the top 5. Denzel is in the top 5. And Mark Wahlberg, not Mark Wahlberg. Jesus Christ, Matt Damon. We're just talking about Mark Wahlberg a minute ago. Matt Damon was in my top 5, but I don't even know now. I lost a lot of respect for him with that Unsane. But Jack Nicholson's up there, of course. Some it's very hard to pick favorites of anything, Did I like Donnie Darko? I did. I saw is it the Arrow cut? Which let me see which one did I watch? Donnie Darko, right? Did you say, yeah, Donnie? Yeah. Well, I'm thinking Danny. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. So, I got that earlier this year, I think maybe in June on the sale, the Criterion sale. And I watched, which cut did I watch? I'm pretty sure it was like, the director's cut that I watched. It was a longer one. But this right here, if you don't have this, if you could still get it, This is amazing. You know, like with the book here and the poster and everything. This set from Arrow is one that they definitely did right. This is an amazing set. So I highly recommend picking up that if you can. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna set that right over here for now. But no, Donnie Darko. I really enjoyed Donnie Darko. I like that movie a lot. Yeah. The whole thing with the spoiler alert, with the, you know, the airplane and the engine falling out of the sky and stuff, like crazy shit right there. You also have a daughter, and she's a teacher. She teaches second grade. Nice, Robert. That's awesome. That is really awesome, man. Your kids are really doing a service to society, man, with their jobs. That's awesome. Let's see here. What movie do you think is overrated? The popular personal opinion is Fargo. You didn't like Fargo? Oh, I love Fargo. I thought that was great. Didn't like it at all. You know, and I get it. It's not for everybody, but I love Fargo. I thought it was so funny. You know, movies that I don't like. I don't like the Fast and the Furious franchise. Can't stand them at all. Twilight movies, I never liked those. You know, and maybe this is like, you know, amongst those of us that are hanging out, kind of talking movies and stuff at this time. I don't know that anybody, you know, really would be a Twilight fan. But yeah, just not a fan of those. I'm trying to think. Other popular movies that I might not like. Yeah, I can't think offhand, but the Fast and Furious franchise, I know I don't care for those. OGP is in his 40s. Carnage. OGP is in his 40s. Yep, not hit 50 yet. Nope. I got some time before that happens. The gray is coming in. It's crazy because I look at pictures, and 5 years ago, 6 years ago, especially if you go back to some of my early videos on the channel, I don't have any gray at all. But like I went through some shit over the last few years, like losing family and stuff like that, people dying, and I think just because of like stress of it all, like man, the gray really started coming in over the last few years. Let's see, Dahmer series on Netflix was great. So I watched Coke I watched the first episode, I loved it. Second episode, I was like, this is just too slow. But you know, thanks to some of you on the channel here talking about how you know, after you get past some of the kills and it gets into like him in jail and stuff, I need to go back and watch those episodes and see him later on down the line, because it's the slowness of the second episode where like I don't need to go through every single kill and replay the whole thing. It was just too slow for me. But seeing him in jail and that type of stuff, you know, might be pretty interesting. But the first episode was absolutely great. Absolutely loved it. You need to check out the Museum of Death in Hollywood. It's pretty insane. Yeah. The Museum of Death. It sounds familiar. Is that the one? Like they actually have like dead bodies and stuff at Museum of Death, maintenance underway. Well, that's in New Orleans. I need Los Angeles. Here we go. Oh no, yeah. Museum of Death. Here we go. Where's the website? Well, this has got to be at the Facebook page. But no, I've never been there. I'm just trying to see what it's all like about. But yeah, it's not. I can't. I don't know what the hell's going on. Let's see here. Museum of Death, and that, but that's because there's in New Orleans, and then there's in LA. So yeah, I don't know. And they're just not having Museum of Death closes doors to the public in 2019. September 14, 2022, October. Museum of Death is one of the most popular tourist attractions in the city. Was really open to the public. Yeah, I don't know. Is it open? Carnage, is it open? I'm seeing conflicting things here, but anyways, if it's open, I would absolutely love to. But I wonder if that's one of those places that they would let you do any type of video or anything in. Seems like they probably would not want you to. I have to confess, never seen The Godfather nor any interest to, so I think it's overrated. Tim, hey, you know what? And I get it. If you're not into mob movies, then yeah, I wouldn't want to watch The Godfather either. It does freeze up on and off. Yeah, Paul, yeah, damn it. That sucks. That sucks. I wish I could figure out what was going on. Yeah, I am freezing up again. Damn it. And the only way to I think to do anything about it right now would be to like reboot the computer, and that's gonna like end the stream here. So we'll just hang out for a little bit longer and try and work through it here, unfortunately. What was that Anthony Hopkins movie where he's lost in the woods fighting off a bear with Alec Baldwin? Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name. What was that movie? I'm not seeing here. No. I'm gonna pull it up on IMDb real quick. But that's a great one. Carnage, you're right. That's a great one. The Edge with Anthony Hopkins is a great movie. Let's see here. So that would have been that one probably would have been what, about 10 years ago or something. Maybe more than that. The Right with Anthony Hopkins is a good movie too. I really like The Right. Okay, so I don't think it would be that old. Red Dragon, of course, is great. I love me some Red Dragon because it's Hannibal. The Right is good. And Solace is good. I've never seen The Two Popes. I still need to watch that. Zero Contact? It's not. I don't think it's Zero Contact, is it? No. Yeah, maybe is that movie older than I'm thinking? Let's see. Titus Instinct, Hearts Atlantis, Shortcut to Happiness, Fastest Indian. Man, I know I'm being boring now as I search for movies, but I can't think. Red 2 is okay. Saul's Blackway, The Dresser, Misconduct, Collide. I don't think it was Collide, was it? No. Let's see. The Sun, Zero Contact, Armageddon. Where Are You? Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I can't find it on here. I can't figure out what movie that was. But it was a few years ago. It has to be. It wasn't Misconduct. Misconduct with Pacino. Man, that was a good one too. Solace with Jeffrey Dean Morgan is good. Huh. I don't know why I can't find that movie. Huh. Wolfman, Final Destination. Yeah. Bobby, The World's Fascinating Proof. Human Saying Shortcut to Happiness. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm gonna bore the hell out of everybody, so I'm gonna let that go. Was it Instinct? No. I don't know. I can't find it right now, but I'll be boring everybody if I sit here and just look. But no, but that you're right. That movie was great. Somebody else probably gonna remember it. Denzel and Training Day is great. No, so Denzel, I love Equalizer. I love Training Day. American Gangster. There's some great ones. The Edge. So, was it The Edge? Is that the name of the movie? Was it The Edge? Is that the one? And I'm sitting here looking, and you guys are like telling me, and I'm like not paying attention. But I don't see The Edge in here. It's weird. I'm not seeing it on his IMDb, unless I'm just not going back far enough. But it would. It's not that old. I love the movie. So damn good. Yeah, no, that movie was very good. If we're talking about the Anthony Hopkins one still. Let's see. Donnie Darko is a mind buster. It was great. Yes. No, Donnie Darko, you really have to pay attention. That's one of those movies where you can't, if you're drinking and you're like drunk when you're trying to watch it, you're going to miss part. You're not going to understand it. So you really got to be paying attention to that. Silence of the Lambs was your favorite Anthony Hopkins movie. Wasn't a fan of its sequel, but his performance in Silence was terrifying and amazing. Here's the thing. I love everything Hannibal Lecter, all the world of Hannibal Lecter, from like Red Dragon and Hannibal, Silence of the Lambs, the Hannibal TV show. Um, like it's all good. I love it all. Even Hannibal Rising, which Anthony Hopkins was not in. I love that movie. I'm just a fan of the Hannibal Lecter character, and so just love it all. Love it all. Fargo is a classic. I agree with you. I absolutely love Fargo. Only like the first Fast and Furious. Yeah, I couldn't even get to that. I turned it off like 15 minutes in. Let's see. They should have stopped Fast and Furious after Tokyo Drift. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you. I don't even know what I've heard of that Tokyo Drift. I've heard that name. I don't even know if that's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I just could never get into it. Just overkill now. Oh, yeah, gotcha. It's just overkill as far as the Fast and Furious franchise there. You're older than you're 50. Yeah, no. Well, Robert, you got me beat then. You do have me beat by at least a couple years. There's no dead bodies. What? There's no dead bodies. Oh, no, it's permanently closed. That's a bummer. Oh, it is permanently closed. Okay. They must have went out of business. Okay, that sucks. Yeah, there was, I remember going to, like, there was like that, remember that Bodies exhibit? And it was they had it in Vegas for a while where you go in and it was actually like, dead bodies, where they had in different, not different states of decay. They were all like kind of preserved, but so you could like see human anatomy and stuff, but it was real people, real dead people. That was creepy, seeing like real dead people. But with their skin off, it was just like, you're looking at like the guts or whatever. It's crazy. Hearts and Lamps is good. The Edge is what you're looking for. Thank you. Yeah, Puller. Thank you. Yeah, and I don't see it in there. I don't see it on it for whatever reason. Same Memento. Memento is a good movie. Yep. I love movies where you have to actually use your brain to process. Yes, Carnage. And that's my big thing is, people, I need a story. You can give me special effects. You can give me explosions. You can give me action. You can give me all that stuff. But I need a damn good story. I need a good story. And that's, that's my biggest beef with the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The story is just shit. It's just shit. So, if I don't have a good story, I really have a problem, with the movie, no matter how good, the kills or whatever else can be. So, I really like that. And that's why, like, the collection and the collector, those two movies, they're great. The stories are phenomenal. And the Harkin, in like with the Saw franchise, when you realize after watching Saw 1, 2, and 3 that they're all kind of taking place at the same time, I love that. I love the way they, interwove those timelines. That was great. So, really put a lot of thought into the storyline there. Heart Condition with Denzel and late Bob Hoskins is a forgotten comedy. I don't think I've ever seen that or even heard of Heart Condition. The original version of Red Dragon is Manhunter, and Worth a Watch has Lecter, but played by a different actor. No, and Tim H, that's played by Brian Cox. And let me see where it is. Hang on a second. I have 2 different variants of Manhunter, and actually, so in this is supposedly somebody took a fan film because there was like director's cuts and this cut and that cut. Somebody took all the footage from Manhunter with Brian Cox and put it, made one longer cut. So one cut had some footage, another cut didn't, another cut had some other footage that the other ones didn't. This apparently has all the footage on this one. I've yet to watch that though. But no, like I said, I love everything Hannibal Lecter. I just love me some Hannibal. So yeah, no, definitely. And it's cool. There's a movie coming out with Brian Cox next year, a comedy movie that, well, I guess I'm really not supposed to talk about. May or may not have seen an early preview of that, but that was a lot of fun. Are you going to see Indiana Jones 5? Yeah, I definitely am. I love that franchise. I will, even though I mostly watch horror movies now, Indiana is still one of the few action franchises that you still love. Antonis, I'm with you. And for me, I love action, I love sci-fi, and I love horror. And it just depends on what type of mood I'm in, what I want to watch. But Indiana Jones, that's definitely a franchise that I'm very much looking forward to. They should have stopped the Saw movies after 3. The rest were just unbearable. Carnage, here's the thing. I enjoy the ones with Hoffman, like 4 and 5. Like I wasn't as big a fan as Hoffman as I was the others, but I still kind of enjoyed them. And all the Saw movies, I have a certain appreciation for all of them. But I get it. You know, Saw 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, you could have just ended that franchise right there. And it would have made, you know, a lot of sense. Yeah, Brian Cox. Yeah, Brian Cox is great. Yeah, and he's been in so many different things. Wish FFS that they would stop with these Halloween abominations. Oh, FFS, we're talking for fuck's sake that they would stop with. Yeah, the Halloween movies, man, oh man. The Halloween 2018, I wasn't mad at. It had some issues or whatever, things you could complain about until the very end. But at the very end, when we heard him breathing and then we knew there was going to be like a sequel, it's like, oh, come on. We burnt the house down. We killed him. Nope, he's still alive. That drove me nuts. And then Kills was like, it had its problems. It wasn't horrible, but it had its problems. But Ends is just so stupid. So stupid. But anyways, yeah, gosh, I hope I'm not losing you again. My internet right now is showing that it is shit. You know, I should hook up this. I know this internet's gonna work. Well, nah. I'm not. Unfortunately, probably not. I've been on an hour and a half already after doing a 2-hour live stream earlier tonight. But I'm gonna check this out now. You guys ever had these freeze-dried ice cream sandwich? Any like this like supposed astronaut food? I picked this up at the NASA place in Houston, and I've been wanting to try it. Freeze-dried ice cream sandwich here. And thought I would like give it a shot. Oh, man, is it messy? Is it messy? Keep it over the desk here. So here we go. It looks just like a regular ice cream sandwich. Look at that. But supposedly it's freeze dried. Let's check this out. Let's see. How's it? And pardon me, I hate chewing on camera, but I can't taste test something without chewing it. So here we go. That's not bad. You ever eat an ice cream sandwich? You know what this part tastes like? That's exactly the same. So the top and the bottom are exactly the same. This part in the middle doesn't have much flavor at all. So it really just tastes like you're eating one of these, but crunchy. Trying to eat some just a white part, and it's not very flavorful at all. Yeah, but it's not very flavorful. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. But you know, it's like dry. It's not, they're not cold or anything. It's just freeze dried. Supposedly what they do to send food into outer space to make it like lighter for the, you know, rocket to take off and everything. But one more bite, and then I'll give my definitive answer on it. It's good. It's good. I like it, but it's nothing like, oh my gosh, great. But it is cool to try like a ice cream sandwich that they took all the moisture out of. So yeah, I got that at NASA, and I think you can order this stuff online. But that was kind of cool. I was like, yeah, you know, I'll let me dump the crumbs off here so I can show you this again. There it is. Freeze-dried ice cream sandwich, space food. Ready to eat, no refrigeration needed. Delicious vanilla ice cream sandwich between two chocolatey wafers. And it definitely just tastes like the chocolatey wafers, yeah. Let's see here. Carnage, have a good night. Hey, you know, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out. And yeah, I think we're probably gonna be wrapping up here just because the internet's kind of downer right now. And if I wasn't having internet, I'd just keep going, you know. But I think the internet's being goofy. I got to reboot the computer. Let's see here. I wish they would remake Logan's Run and Soylent Green. Bet they could do well with those two. There's a few movies that maybe could use remakes, but unfortunately, if you get remakes now, you're going to get the Hollywood politically correct, woke agenda, the social justice warrior agenda, and it's going to probably fuck up movies. And I hate when that happens. Antonis really loves ice cream sandwiches. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with a good ice cream sandwich. If you put ice cream sandwich out in the heat, it really doesn't matter. Well, so Tim, when we get these ice cream sandwiches before, like even sitting at home, the ones that we get, man, that fucker's dripping all over me by the time I could get done with it. But if we're talking about the freeze dry one, I'm sure this would not melt. Never heard crunchy ice cream before. That's funny. Yeah, because it's not ice cream. It's not even frozen. It's like they sucked all the moisture out of it. So whatever's left there, but this part is very crunchy, like a hard cookie, where usually an ice cream sandwich, that part would be soft. But anyways, yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Anybody else got anything you want to talk about before I bounce out of here? Maybe I'm going to take another bite of this. It's kind of good. I'm like, it's sitting here. It's hard not to. Yeah. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Now, I don't remember what I paid for this. Let me see. It's got a price tag on it. Nah. I think the freeze-dried food, I think it was like $5 each or like 3 for $10. Something like that. And I just got the one. Yeah. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But, man, I apologize about the internet sucking here. I don't know why it's doing that. It's probably my connection from the computer to the internet, but if I reboot that at all, it will bump the stream. It will kill the stream. You love me some Diet Coke. But there's that. So yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna mention too. I went to after the live stream when I went out to go to the grocery store, right across the street from there is a Dollar Tree. So I walked into Dollar Tree tonight and they only had the same movies. They had the same movies that we had we looked at the other day when I was there. So nothing special at Dollar Tree. So no Dollar Tree video from today. But there's still, I put up the video earlier today of the Criterion sale. So you still check that out if you want. MREs used to have free dried fruit packs. Yeah, no, the MREs, man, they had some like crazy stuff in them. But most of the stuff you were like, if you were out in the field, you were hungry enough to eat it. Like you didn't care how good or bad it was. But there had some funny stuff. And here's the thing. I hate tuna fish. I hate tuna fish. But man, I was out in the field and I wound up with a tuna fish MRE that day. I licked that puppy dry because I was starving because it was like, that was it. That was the meal for that day. Bruce Wayne, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I don't, I'll talk about it and stuff, but I don't really, I never went to war. I never saw combat or anything. And so I kind of like, I'm like, I don't want to act like, I deserve a lot of credit or anything. I was just doing a job. But I appreciate the kind words there. I really, really do. Got a lot of family in the military and stuff. Man, both of my grandfathers were in the military. Let's see. So one of my uncles, and then 1, 2, 3 cousins, and there's got to be more than that. I got to be thinking. Oh, my niece, my brother's daughter, went in the Navy. So a lot of family in the Navy, or not Navy, but in the military. Couple in the Navy. I was the only one crazy enough to be a Marine. It's been fun joining the live stream. Going to bed. Have a good night. Well, hey Juno, yeah, thank you very much. You have a good night too. Take care. But anyways, everybody, before I don't want to get into a whole like ramble on like some story or anything like that, and then have the internet goof up again. I'd rather do another stream another day when the internet is solid. But I'm going to work on that tonight, try and figure out what's going on there. If I would have known it was going to be goofy, I would have rebooted the computer before coming on live so we could have a nice stream. But apologize for that. But before I go, let me just thank, the members again, Balzer for getting, all these gift memberships. I appreciate that so much, Balzer. And, it means a lot, the support to the channel and everything. So really, really appreciate that. So just want to say thanks again to all the members. Appreciate the support of the channel. But I just appreciate everybody being here and hanging out. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun just to sit and hang out and talk and chat about movies or whatever the case may be. So I enjoy it, whether it's, whether there's super chats or anything involved. I appreciate everybody being here and just hanging out. It's a lot of fun. Your brother as well, a Marine in the 90s, on standby, never deployed. Your dad, Army, 1968, 69. Okay, wow. Well, Paul, yeah, that's that. You know what? There was a lot of Marines in the 90s that were on standby, and Bill Clinton never like pulled the trigger. Bill Clinton never. George Bush, we had, Desert Storm. Bill Clinton, we had Desert Shield, and Desert Shield was really not much going on. And then, of course, we had Desert Storm 2, as a result of 9/11 and everything. But crazy, a lot of turmoil and chaos for a long, long time over there in the Middle East. Juno, yeah, good night. Oh, I got a alarm going off here. That's crazy. JSL, yeah, take care. No, hey, thanks for dropping in and hanging out with us. I appreciate it. And Tonis, you have a great night. Everybody, thanks for hanging out. Yeah, it's been a blast. Kind of this random off the cuff. Oh yeah, lunchtime. A Styles, what's up? Oh yeah, it's a lunch. The alarm went off. Go to lunch. Time to go get a cheeseburger. But anyways, yeah, everybody, thanks for hanging out. It's been fun. I appreciate you all. Hopefully you're doing well. Macabre, fun as always. Take care. Yeah, you take care too. And we'll do it again soon. I'll try and get one of these earlier in the day, so some like the folks over in Europe and everything aren't already in bed. But JSL hanging out with us from the other side of the equator, way down there, craziness. But Mr. Jommy's here too. I think Mr. Jommy's way down there as well. But yeah, hello and see you later. But everybody, thanks for dropping in. Thanks for hanging out. It's been fun. Like I said, if my internet wasn't being all goofy, I would stay and hang out for a while longer still, but got to figure this out. Anyways, everybody have a great night, a great day, great morning, wherever you are. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Peace out, everybody.